This kind of transformation in geometry is called a rotation. Remember when we looked at reflection, there needed to be some kind of axis or line for the reflection to occur. In a rotation, we need a point for the transformation or the rotation to go around. And generally, in geometry, when we talk about a positive rotation, we will be going counterclockwise. And that's what this angle is going to demonstrate when I show the rotation of our pre-image to our image. And there's the image. And it will correspond exactly to this marked angle that I'm using. And notice that in GSP, it won't let us reach 180, or we might be able to get it exactly on 180, but it won't go beyond. It just sort of jumps back to an obtuse and then an acute. So while we mention that, why don't we ask that question? What significance does the 180 degree maximum have? One possible answer could be when we just start discussing rotational symmetry. For now, we can just sort of let that question sit and think about it. So I think this is a pretty clear picture about a point of rotation from our pre-image to our image. In geometry, though, sometimes there are problems dealing with the coordinate plane. So what if we were asked to rotate this about the origin? So now this 0, 0 point is the location of our point of rotation. What if this were to be rotated 90 degrees? Remember, positive degrees go counterclockwise. So that would be a rotation of 90 degrees. Let's look at that one. Here's where we want to look for patterns. What's happening from A on the pre-image to A prime, which is the corresponding point on the image? Or what's happening when B gets rotated to B prime? And here we can also examine the actual coordinates. Looks like a pattern of changing location for the values. And then there's also, I think, a sign change. What if we rotated 180 degrees? Here's where we want to look for patterns from B to B prime, from C to C prime. Now these two are a little easier to work with in order to find actual coordinates. Here's where it gets a little more complicated. If we had rotated exactly 31.48 degrees, how hard would it be to come up with these? It would be much harder. And we're not going to get into how to find those coordinates yet. But we should be able to answer questions about 90 and 180.